If you're trying to boost your finance, why should you do this? You're about to do like the opposite of what people usually would think that you should be doing. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Once again, it's your girl Sperry, and if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe right down below. And if you're not new, thanks for sticking it out with me today. Today we are going into finance. Okay, drum roll. Why am I doing drum roll? Yes, we are going to check out on some of the things that we have to learn when it comes to finance in order to flourish. And today the theme for the year 2022 for my church is seed time and harvest, and that's where we are going. And we are just gonna get straight into the video. So the first lesson I want to share with you guys, and most of y'all or some of you guys will not really agree with me, because if you're trying to boost your finance, why should you do this? You're about to do like the opposite of what people usually would think that you should be doing. And when I say that, what I mean by that is to give freely, like give in offering, in tithes, in gifts to people. Give freely from the bottom of your heart, and do not give expecting it to be given back to you or the person paying back. And there is a lot of blessings that comes with it. And biblically, actually, the Bible says, bless me the Lord in tithes and offerings, that if I will not open the floodgates of heaven and pour out unto you a blessings, that there will not be enough room to receive it. I'm not quoting the scripture, I'm just paraphrasing it. I was not really a good tithe payer. I pay tithes sometimes I don't pay, but just last year, realizing how much I was being very consistent with my tithe paying, and amazingly, there has been a lot of receiving. There's nothing else that I can match it to, but I believe I received a lot, and that will come in another video. To be another video, my testimony story or whatever. So the more you give, the more you receive. And you might not receive from the person that you actually gave unto, but in other certain areas of your life, you realize that everything is flourishing. Give and it will come back to you. Good measures, pressed down, shaking together and running over again, and it will come back to you. When you give to the Lord. So definitely give. Giving is going to come back to you in plentyfold, and you will not even have enough room to receive. And mind you, anytime that you sow a seed, it comes in these little tiny seeds, but then when it's time for harvest, it's like a huge harvest. You know, you can just get one tomato, take the seeds out and sow it, and then once it's ready, you can see many tomatoes from just that one tomato seeds that you kind of sowed. So I would say definitely get into sowing seeds in people's life, in churches, in ministries, in your neighbors, your friends, whatever. But when you do good, do not expect it, because then when you expect things to be done because you've done good to certain people, you're gonna be heartbroken, you're gonna be disappointed. So know that God, who watches, is definitely going to reward you. Okay, and don't do good and put it on your mouth and be talking about it like, I did this for this person, I did that for that person. That's not a good habit either. It's just like you're blowing your own trumpet. Just do good, low key, down key, and I believe when it's time for harvest, it's gonna be a blessing unto you. So the next thing I want to share is when you are buying, when you go for your grocery shopping, buy in bulk, because when you buy in bulk, it actually helps you save money, you save time. Because going to the store, you're gonna buy gas, you're gonna put mileage on your car, and you're gonna spend time. And where there is an increase in demand, the prices of things increase as well, as especially during festive time. So it's very key to buy in bulk in order to save money and time as well, because the time that you take to the grocery shop twice in a week or 3 times in a month or whatever, you could use that time for something else which is profitable. So try and buy in bulk. It helps and it saves time, it saves money, it saves mileage, it saves gas, it saves back and forth, because sometimes you'll be stressed out looking for the thing that you want and you go to the store and you don't even find it. But if you buy it in bulk, you're always secured, and It also lasts long actually. For some reason, I don't know, but I know when I buy in bulk, I shop like especially for grocery shopping, I go for grocery shopping like once in a month, and I stock the fridge, the freezer, and then the cabinets, and you know you're set for the month. You don't have to think about this not being there, that not being there. You don't wait for things to be all the way finished before you go out looking for some. So one of the other lessons about finance that I want you to know is when you buy things, buy quality things, because when you buy quality things, it actually saves you money rather than you buying cheaper things. And I actually really got into this, I think, just last year. I realized when you buy quality things, it lasts longer, and you're able to kind of reuse it over and over till it's worn out, rather than you buying a cheaper thing and then you'd have to buy it again maybe the next month, or buy it again the next week or whatever, just because it's cheaper. But if you were to buy the better one or the quality one, even though it might be a little more expensive, you're able to save money, because once you buy it once and for all, it doesn't have to be bad, and you don't have to go back and forth going back to buy it and bringing it back and then it destroying. You should buy quality things because it lasts longer, and whilst it's lasting longer, it helps you to save money. It also prevents you from going back and forth to the same store for the same thing, driving gas as usual, just like the first one. So yeah. So the next lesson I want to share on is save a percentage of your income without ever touching it. Like, you know, for instance, for tithes, especially for Christians, when you get your income, you pay 10%, and that money, you don't think of getting it back. Is like a necessity. It's just like paying tax. You pay tax, you don't really think too much of it. Make a percentage of your income that you know that without that you're still going to survive, even if it's 5%, 2%, 1%, 10%, depending on your expenses. Make sure you save a percentage of your money without touching it. It's a no-go area, and I believe when time of crisis come, like the pandemic, and you don't even have any money, and you go into your savings fund or whatever you want to call it, you can just call it emergency fund. Let's call it emergency fund. This is different from savings. Actually, savings is for savings. Maybe you're saving for a house, you're saving for a building, or you're saving for retirement. Whatever you're saving for is up to you. You're an emergency fund that you're not going to touch until this emergency. Whilst you're doing your W2 with where you're working, you can just let them know you want to put maybe 5% of your income all the time to this account or whatever, and just let that money sleep, like let it be there. So the next lesson I want to share is learn to invest. After you've saved some money and you know that maybe this money you're not going to need it anytime soon, it was just, you know, saved for savings sake or whatever, or maybe it's too much in the savings account or whatever, use some of it to invest. And mind you, investing is a risk, but there are some safe investments that you can find yourself in, like Vanguards. They have the index funds 500 and all that. They are pretty much safe, so you can invest in that. And also, like, just educate yourself about some investments that you can find out that can help you increase your money worth or whatever. They have cryptocurrencies now that you can also look into, but make sure that you find yourself in the habit of investing, whether in stocks, bonds, whatever, treasury bills, depending on which country that you find yourself in. One of the things I would suggest is Vanguards. Then I know when it comes to index funds, you need about $3,000 in order to start. But even if you don't have that, as I said, they have Coinbase, they have cryptocurrencies and other stuff, and even stocks and bonds. You can get into any bank, or even on I think, what is this app's name, I forgot, Stash also have, you can buy some stock from Amazon, Apple, whatever. And but those ones, it's kind of like a race. I'm not too much educated about that, but you can look into it if you're interested. It has grouped itself in a certain way that you can buy a certain stock, and you are having little bits of shares from different types of companies like Amazon, like Apple, like Samsung, many other things. I don't have too much education about that, so if y'all want, I can go and educate myself on that and then come back and share it with you guys. But I know people are flourishing with it because I watched a couple of videos on it, and it looks like it's an okay thing to do. And I also joined Coinbase, and maybe I'll share my experience with you guys later in another video on what Coinbase is and whether it's helping me or it's not helping me. And I think you can start with as little as $10 with a Coinbase when you start using. I'm going to provide a link down in the description box that you can use, but when you use this link, you're able to get, I think, $10. You start up with $100, you're able to get $10 in addition to your $100, and then you can start from there buying different cryptocurrencies and all that. And mind you, usually when you are saving in a bank, and sometimes like the APR is like maybe 2.13% or whatever, within the whole month how much you've made is like maybe 10 cents, okay? But with the Coinbase, as I said, just on your first sign up you even get $10 in addition to your money, and it kind of grows really faster, and at the same, it's a risk. At the same time, it can go down. So I would suggest you start with maybe $100 just to see how it's going back and forth, and if you're interested in it, you just put in more. If not, you put in less or whatever, or you just quit. This video is not meant for that, but if y'all want, I'll do a separate video concerning that for you guys. I would suggest you find yourself a good investment, because investments help to increase your money worth or whatever, rather than the money just sitting in an account somewhere, because the value of our money keeps on depreciating. The more they print, the less important it becomes. When you invest in businesses and stuff like that, the value of your money keeps on increasing as compared to you just letting your money sit down in an account somewhere and just breathe air for nothing. Whilst these people or the banks that are saving your money, they're using it to invest, and they're making more money out of your money, whilst you are getting like 10 cents, 5 cents a month. So I would suggest find a good investment and involve yourself in. All right, so the next point I want to share with you guys is learn how to discipline yourself when it comes to spending. There are so many things that you don't have to find yourself doing, unnecessary things, but then we end up doing them just because other people are doing it, which costs money, waste of time as well, and even gas. There are certain places you shouldn't go, don't go. Mind you, gas is one of the things that we actually spend so much on, and I realized that during the COVID time, because you didn't have to go out, because we are not going out that much, we were not really spending when it comes to gas. I realized that because of that, I was able to save a little bit more than like the usual. My car has like about it takes about $40 or $45 per a week for my gas consumption. So meaning I'm probably going to spend between 180 160 amount of gas for every month, and that by a year, let's see how much it costs. $2,160 for a year for just gas. So if you're going to unnecessary places, mind you, you're still spending, buying unnecessary things, and I found myself very guilty in that. That's why it's a lesson for me. I buy certain things, like at the moment I see, oh, it's very nice, I buy it and it's sitting in my closet, I never wear it, and then I have to donate it. What are you spending on in a day? Just trace yourself like 1 month and see the things that you actually spend on. Literally write every single thing that you spend on, write it down in a book. By the end of the month, just calculate it, and you will know how much you're spending within a month and the things that you're buying, which is actually unnecessary. That's going to take me to my next and final point. Spend on necessity, not wants. Wants should be just maybe a little bit, but make sure you're spending on things that are necessary and not things that you just want them for wanting's sake. And most of these things that I'm talking about when it comes to wants is going out with your friends, just spending, wasting, guys. You should do that once in a while, but it shouldn't be like a habit. You're doing that all the time, buying things just because people are buying, so you're also buying. Like, the question you should ask yourself is, why am I buying this thing? Why am I purchasing into this thing? Why am I being involved in this thing? Why am I going here? Like, what is the motive behind what you're doing? What is the motive behind what you're about to spend on? What is the motive behind the money that you're about to use? It's better to rather give it away and receive a blessing blessing rather than buying something or using it for something unnecessary that you don't need at all. Buy things that are necessary, your needs, like things that are necessary, like you need water, you need food. Are you buying it because like people are buying, or because you're lazy and you don't want to cook, so you're buying these foods from outside rather than you cooking it and eating it maybe at least 3 times, as compared to you buying it for once and the price is even more than when you cook and eat it for 3 times. There might be necessary things that you might want to buy, but are there other alternatives that you could still even get that thing in a better way? What I'll leave with you guys is, when you're spending, ask yourself, why am I spending this? What is the motive behind me spending this? And also make sure you give a lot this year, because this year is a year of giving, and I believe and I know that God is going to bless you with multiple harvests. You will not even understand, where am I getting all these blessings coming from? And it will be the seeds that you sowed in someone's life, in someone's ministry, in your tithes and in your offerings. So with that being said, I'll end this video here, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe right down below, and make sure you check me out on Instagram if you like me, and my Instagram will be down below in the description box as well, or maybe here on the screen somewhere, I'm not sure. But if you like me, go ahead, follow me on my social media. That's it for this video. Also comment down if you have any question for me. If not, too, you can comment white heart, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you all. Bye.
They told you that you couldn't do it 'cause you washed up. Ain't like them bad girls said you should get your sauce up.